You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome to this special edition of WUFT News.
The 2014 Blooper Reel. This is the opportunity for us to kind of, look back at things that weren't so funny in the moment, but now they're suddenly funny because we're a few weeks removed from it.
And we do a great job here at WUFT News, don't get us wrong, but we always like to, laugh at ourselves and have a good time as well.
Yeah, we always have our moments. So to start us off,
we have our first segment, and that is...
awkward pauses, of course.
Thanks, Rachel.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Before we, 1 year after being, also in Miami, a group of passengers from an ill-fated Carnival Triumph cruise are going to court against the cruise line. 1 year after being stranded at...
will face the Rockies at 7.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Hannah. We appreciate you. Fun in sports this weekend. Well,
and over on the women's side of things, the men's basketball team isn't the only team that's going dancing. Yep. It's the women's team that will also be starting their stuff in the NCAA tournament. The women.
okay. Of all the places to see in downtown Gainesville,
Gainesville, that game begins at 6:30 p.m. All right, back to you guys in studio.
Well, that's painful.
Yes. Leave us on the edge of our seat. Okay, well, from awkward pauses, it only seems natural to head over to awkward chats.
Which can happen often, so let's take a look.
Not too successful for them, so we'll see tonight. I'm sure they're looking to make that a win. So we'll be right back.
Mark.
Yeah, Mark, we appreciate you being here.
Also, some breaking news this afternoon. Chris Walker tweeted that he's going to play next year for the Gators again.
Yeah, good news for Florida. Thanks, Kelly. And after the break, we have a story that all would-be superheroes and fans coming up next. Stay with us.
Upcoming talks on the crisis.
Well, coming back here to Gainesville, I'll tell you, all day today, rainy and gloomy, not even a break from this nasty weather we've been having.
No, not at all. Rain a lot today, and then guess what? It's not even the beginning.
well, actually, it's just the beginning,
Oh,
Lauren.
well, yeah, you know what I mean.
Not the end.
I don't like
Not
the
in
rain.
sight, though, right? We don't
Right?
have, we don't see an end to this
no.
coming up, do we, Deborah?
I think, Lauren, you're saying that because last week it was just one front move through and that was it. And it was a beautiful week after that, but not this week's, folks. Take a look at the start.
Well, it seems like apart from the apparent health concerns, parents seem to be really concerned about the drug use mimicry that goes on with this.
Yeah, that's really scary. I can see how that's probably a lot more harmful than eating glue like kids did when I was in middle school. So,
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be looking at a Smartie the same way again.
thank you, Lana. We've dipped down to
What middle school did you go to? I've heard of. I don't think I've heard of people eating glue in kindergarten, but middle. Anyway, let's get on with the rest of these.
Go through here.
And in some NFL action today, Darrelle Revis was released by the Bucs today.
Perfect. Thanks, Kelly. And more news after the break. Stay with us.
Thunderstorms on Friday, but a great-looking weekend ahead. Back to you.
Thanks, Rebecca. Well, weather permitting in the Fort Myers area, the Gators baseball team plays tonight.
the Gulf Coast. Eagles would love to
22-0. And some good news for the women's basketball team. Senior guard Jatera Bonds was named to the first SEC team, and freshman Ronnie Williams was named to the SEC All-Freshman team. So some positive things moving forward for the Gators.
Wow, well thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
WUFT is just getting started. Stay with us.
Lauren, well, we've gone from lows in the 30s last night to highs in the 70s in just a matter of a couple days here. And
Thanks for joining us, Deborah. You're welcome. But we do know that some stormy weather is unfortunately on the way.
Yes, you should enjoy tonight. We do.
And going back to the MTV Movie Awards, I don't know if you guys saw, but there were a lot of interesting outfits on the red carpet, I would say.
Or lack thereof. I think Zac Efron spent more time with his shirt off than on.
You know, in his defense, I do think it was Rita Ora that was just giving the people what they want to see.
And didn't Rihanna have some strange romper on?
I think it was a one-piece suit with like a robe over it. No, somehow she still topped one of the best dress lists, which I was pretty surprised about.
Yeah, I couldn't watch the award ceremony. I was bummed about that, but I was on Twitter during it. I was out with my friend in the car, and And I was just like, this is crazy, you know, like what are these people wearing? I kept seeing pictures of it pop up on social media. It was all trending.
It's not really the Golden Globes, not the Oscars, so I guess people have a little bit more liberty of what they want to wear.
Freedom in what they want to wear.
Yeah.
And that Nick Carter wedding, who thought, I mean, now he's getting married.
I used to idolize over him as a little girl, so it's great to see he finally tied the knot. And if you're hoping to...
Well, you know, Steven, yesterday, you know, I went to the grocery store and I took my cat to the vet and I went for a little jog and it's a great Sunday afternoon and all that stuff. But anyways, coming up on WUFT
News Bloopers is our next segment, which is the Wells. And you might be asking what that is. It begs a question. And that question is, well, if I had a nickel for every time that we heard well on a show, how much would I have?
I don't know, Steven. Why don't we go ahead and find out? Newsroom with more on this story. Leanna, why has Commissioner Baird decided to not run again?
Well, Lauren. Well, Steven. Well, Steven. Well, Steven.
Well, Michael.
Well, Chris.
Well, Steph. Well, Lauren.
Well, Mike.
Well, Steven.
Well, Mike.
Well, Steven. Well, Lauren.
Well, Steven.
Well, Steven.
Well, Lauren.
Well, Kelly. Well, Steven. Well, Carl. Well, Lauren. Well, Steven.
Well, Deborah.
Well, Steven.
Well, Lauren. Well, as much as we like to hear from our weather anchors.
Hey, don't burn the weather anchors.
Okay. Look, as much as we like to hear from them, they don't always like to be heard. Let's take a look.
Today will mean some widespread rain by your early morning commute tomorrow. Stronger storms by midday. Welcome back. I'm your forecaster, Tony Sadiku. I'm filling in for Deborah Alberto today. We did see a lot of cloud cover, but we are watching some rain that is moving through. Right now, this is a look at today's Gulf moisture. This is really going to be the story as we head into tomorrow. It's going to be bringing plenty of rain over our heads tomorrow, but the good news is, here's a look at what we're watching in terms of the timing of this rain. Some widespread rain activity ending Saturday morning. There is a severe potential for this.
Okay. Our mic is on. We're just messing with you. Poor Tony. What are you going to do?
Well, sometimes we also get tongue twisted as well. Not fun, but, you know, it happens.
Let's take a look.
Aria was motorizing her brand new white convertible through the parking lot of her family's condo complex on Sunday, when all of a sudden, those familiar blue lights snuck up on her from behind. Officers in the area for a criminal investigation pulled the toddler over and cited her for an unknown traffic-related infraction. The ticket has become eligible due to crayon drawings, but one possible offense is driving while adorable. The family is reporting that Zadaria now keeps telling her mom that she wants to pay for her ticket.
Oh, see now, you never
Super
know.
cute. I just can't talk, apparently.
What's okay?
Well, we had the opportunity to try a lot of new things on our show, including having live shots from places like Tennessee, following the basketball team, and do Skype from everywhere. Sometimes where we were in these places in a shorter amount of time than we perhaps planned for us to be.
Like that. Take a look.
WUFT's Nikel Smith joins us with the latest on that investigation. Nikel, you found out today who the victims are.
Yeah, Steven. The crash happened in Summerfield while pilot...
All right, from Arlington to the newsroom, and we're just going to keep going to all different places around the world by the power of WUFT television.
Oh yeah, we got some power. And you know what? All this running, my spelling skills are a little off right now too.
Yeah, we're
WFTU?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Journalism majors, we get it. So here's a look at some spelling for you.
Team remains undefeated. Florida beat Minnesota over the weekend at the Eastern Desert Classic. The Gators aren't new to this whole winning thing. They've beat all their opponents, including an overtime win in a top 5 matchup against Michigan earlier in February.
And from spelling mistakes to don't really even know what happens next.
Yeah,
but
this one's odd. Just here, look for yourself.
Back to you. Thanks, Amanda. And Ocala, anytime it gets below 40 degrees, the Salvation Army gives out whatever they have in donations, including scarves, hats, jackets, and gloves, to the homeless or others in need. At 5 in the afternoon, they open their doors to anyone. All they have to do is bring a valid ID, and they can experience the history of being a sex no sex offenders or big arrests. When it gets below freezing, they are allowing people to come in for emergency cold housing. No requirement for that as long as there's space in the Salvation Army. They get the mat space on a floor, a pillow, and a blanket. If they get there early enough, they get dinner. If they stay the night, they get breakfast in the morning.
All right, well, she handled that one well. That's script writing at its finest. What are you going to do?
It happens.
But when we're looking at weather, well, some weather anchors like to have a little bit more screen time than others.
The city of Florida already looking gloomy outdoors, and this is not even the bulk of the winter weather we're going to be expecting. That's going to be coming tomorrow night. Here's a look at the satellite and radar. All those colors right here with that wintry mix. UF meteorologist Jeff Huffman is now joining me to break that down for you.
Thanks, Deborah. Yeah, it's a very complicated situation. We want to remind you that we're
into the upper 50s by Thursday. Back to you.
Looking forward to that nice weather. Thank you, Deborah.
Definitely. And thank you at home for watching WUFT News at 6. It's a production from UF's Innovation News Center.
We'll see you again right here tomorrow. And don't forget, WUFT News is always on at WUFT.org. The Nightly Business Report is coming up next.
Have a good night, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Now from weather to cats, two of everyone's favorite things, Stephen.
Oh, those are just two of your favorite things, I think, Lauren. But let's head over to take a look at, well, here's what you saw on air from this one package. Go ahead and roll it.
To keep track of the cats that have been fixed, Operation Catnip clips a small part of the left ear. If the cat returns to Operation Catnip, they'll be able to tell if it's been fixed and if it has its vaccines.
So cute.
Yeah, everyone loves their cats, right? But here's the stand-up that you didn't see. Let's just say it was a longer journey to that perfect shot than you might have anticipated.
Fixed, Operation Catnip clips a small part of the left ear. This guy doesn't look like he's gotten that done. I don't want to do this anymore. I really freaked out. I don't like it. I can't.
All right, before we go, let's have one last check on the weather.
Well, spring break is arriving for some colleges in Florida, including UF and Santa Fe.
That's right, but it's funny because it felt a lot like winter here in Gainesville last night. UF forecaster Tony Sadiku is live in the Weather Center. Tony, how chilly will it be tonight?
Just as when I think about things a lot, that's when I stumble, such a...
This is hard work we do here.
And let's take a look at our other finest moments.
Plan is as safe and unobtrusive as possible.
We're going to do the right thing. We want to operate a safe pipeline. We're going to be living and working.
Well, Atlanta might be seeing some more snow. It's been pretty clear here today.
UF forecaster Rebecca Kopelman joins us now. So Rebecca, will we keep seeing clear weather through tonight?
Well, Fernanda, the clouds are going to continue to build in the overnight hours, but it will be one of the nicer evenings.
Is about to begin a new effort to combat this issue. Ashlyn Robinson joins us from the UF's Innovation Newsroom now. Lauren, what's the story here?
All right, well, let's head back over to the girls to see if they ever got a hold of those cats.
Baby. I've never held a baby before.
Like this.
Okay.
Like hold its legs like that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's kind of pinched in between.
And thank you for watching this edition of the Blooper Reels for WUFT News.
Yeah, so while we've all had our less than finer moments, we've also produced a lot of work this semester that we should be really proud of. So you all did a great job. Graduating seniors, especially Lauren, to you and to the rest of our graduating seniors, we bid thee farewell. And that's about all we got.
Yeah, so good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Steven, I hate your guts. Good night.